Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner. Happy Saturday to everyone. I got my thumbnail up, child. I'm putting on my facial moisturizer because before I came on live, I gave myself a facial. Okay, so I pushed it to 5:30. So I said, "Girl, go ahead and put your facial on." And let it be done, and then I'm just not getting done. But again, hello to everyone watching live, also to anyone watching the replay. I appreciate both because all counts as a view. Okay, if you have not done so already, be sure that you have already, before you left out of this room, you have either liked the video and subscribed, or you have subscribed and like, subscribe, comment, share, all of that stuff is what I want y'all to do. Okay. We have a few topics to get into and whatnot. I was gonna go live yesterday on Friday, but y'all was so tired after work. I said, girl, go home and go to sleep and get you some rest and whatnot. So I said, this week Saturday, late afternoon conversation. Get you a good thumbnail together. Get the colors that match. Okay, get the people on the thing or whatever. And that is what we are doing right now. So, okay, now I don't have no lipstick on. I haven't put lipstick on in a couple days. Which is not weird, but whatever. But I am here. Should I on camera yet? No. Okay, where I'm at. Hi, how y'all doing? How is everyone? Okay. Again, I'm not gonna put lipstick on because I just did a facial. And so I don't want to put lipstick on my lips because again my face is fresh. Okay, it's fresh. Anyway, y'all don't look like a lipstick on. But again, hello to y'all. I was live on Thursday. I was live on Tuesday. I was live over the weekend last time. So again, if y'all have not seen any other of the videos, go and check those out because they are up. I will be doing a Love and Marriage Huntsman review. That will be up tomorrow, I believe, or whatever. So here we are together, okay? But hi, okay? I put because it was supposed to be at 5, and I said no, push it back to 5:30, okay? Do you a thumbnail, okay? Put a shirt on okay, and get some ice. And so I did all of that before I hit go live. And here we are together today. Okay. Yes, again, like, comment, share, subscribe. The topics will be nice and funny today. Even though the man who got lost his job will be a tall tale of things to not do in the future. But again, a conversation less. Okay, look, again, hello to everyone. I hope y'all had a great Friday. We're gonna all have a great weekend. Okay, look, the holidays coming up. Y'all cannot wait. I can't wait to be off work until the 5th. Okay, because after next Thursday, I am off work until January 5th. And I could not be more excited. Okay, the end of the year is the best time of the year because everybody can be on vacation. We can chillax, and I save all well, a lot of I save a lot of my vacation time to be off the last 2 weeks of. I may take the fifth off too. I might. I don't know. But again, I got stuff all on my desk. It's everywhere. What is going on? Hopefully I'll get a new desk tomorrow. We shall see. But no, I feel this tomorrow. Again, hello to y'all. Okay, this is a full live. This is not a re-record. This is me in real time and stuff. I don't have a beer for me. Yeah. Hey. Not bring drinking into what? We ain't need none of that. But yeah, hey y'all. Look, child, and this is the thing. I use my Fenty Beauty skin stuff daily. Because that's what I do. But I usually do when I first get up. But today I just wash my face regularly and I did not put on my stuff. And I'm like, no, get your stuff on. Okay, okay, regular skin and whatnot. And I just don't feel like putting on lipstick because it's like fresh face. But yeah, it's the weekend, child. My battery is getting low. It's the weekend. I want to chillax. And if I put lipstick on now, I gotta wash it off, and my face is already clean. But thank you for the clean skin. Okay. I was going to I postponed it to 5:30. I wasn't gonna cancel. I wasn't gonna cancel because I postponed yesterday's live. I'm glad you put it back. Look, when I get off of here, guess what I'm gonna do? Take a nap. Okay. Well, now I'm gonna probably watch a movie or something. I don't know. But yeah, because Saturday is just for relaxing, chillaxing, or whatever. And so it's freezing cold outside. And so we can be here having a good time together in our house and not outside because it's cold out there. I don't want if I don't have to leave the house. Matter of fact, when I'm on vacation, I don't plan to go anywhere. Okay, I'm closet cleaning. Okay, I'm gonna probably get rid of some more shoes. I'm gonna rearrange some of my cabinets, but I plan to not do nothing. Now, if I choose to go somewhere, I'll go. But I don't want to. I just want to. When you leave the house every day for work, I want to. I pay rent for this place. I want to get my money's worth. Anyway, yes, I love it. I absolutely love it. I could technically I'm off the last 2 weeks of December. I should take the first week of January off just to be an asshole, but I won't because they can't survive that long without me. I will come back to child house to be burned down. Anyway, y'all, let's get to the things that I have on. Look, when I tell y'all, when I was like the only picture I had up before 5 p.m. was Cardi's. And something said, Jaylee, push the line back to properly do a thumbnail. Okay. Get all the colors to match in some kind of way. Okay, you can't. I said something about that picture of Cardi made me feel like no, you have to look deep down. Okay, through the Googles. Okay, look through all the Googles, go to people's pages, see what you can find. Now, the hardest picture I had to go through to find was really Dawn from That Game, because she looks so different now that I did not want to use an old picture of her because she don't look like that no more. And I don't want to be, what I'm saying, shady. But some of her current, I said, girl, you be catfishing, okay? Because unless you change up, anyway. But yeah, Dawn, I had to find her and whatnot. Okay, and I'm just happy. I said, this is a good thumbnail, bitch. So y'all know I love it. I love it when a thumbnail comes together. Because sometimes these hoes be driving me crazy. I'm like, y'all ain't got no good pictures of yourself. Y'all around here looking crazy. Okay, it ain't no good photographs. I can't find nothing. Okay. And I want to always have a good thumbnail. Anyway, now let's share the screen because there are things to get into, okay? And I want to let's start with some craziness around the world because a lot of things is happening, good, bad, or indifferent. I'm just scrolling. Hold on. Oh, let's do Derrick Groves, okay? Derrick Groves, who was the New Orleans. Is it New Orleans? The New Orleans guy, okay, who had escaped the Orleans Parish jail. Okay, he was the one gone for the longest. Okay, like everyone, oh yeah, go Derrick, be free. And he was a whole criminal in these streets. He has been officially sentenced. Okay, he was sentenced to 2 life sentences plus 100 years. I feel like y'all just be wasting the years because if he's serving 2 life sentences, he can only die once. You know what I'm saying? He can only die once. But he got 2 life sentences plus an additional 100. And my thing is, if he died the first time and come back, okay, he then died a second time and come back. He has to do another 100 years. I might do dead people in prison who have double lives plus 100 years. Are they able to be released to their families or are they buried on the prison grounds? Because what's the point? Now I get if you kill 13 people, yes, get 13 life sentences. I get that. But I'm like, double life, you only got one life to live. Okay. Now the plus 100, I'm like, plus 100. Okay. Now he was convicted for the 2018 Mardi Gras Day shooting in New Orleans that killed Byron Jackson and Jamar Robinson and injured 2 others. Okay, they've said that he opened fire on a crowd of people outside the Ninth Ward. They determined that the shooting stemmed from a turf war between drug dealers, though intended target was not the hit. So you out here, it's a turf war, and you did not even get the people in the turf. Again, wrong place, wrong time, innocent victims losing their life because people is crazy. And folks was really saying, oh, let them inmates be free. Be free. No, they should not be free. Why? Because they're killers. Because they're killers. Okay. So he was free because he was free for like a couple months, I believe. He was the one gone the longest. So him getting the 2 life sentences plus 100 years, good. Okay, good. Because I'm like, he was. Now, in addition to his 2 life terms and 100 years for that one case, okay, they said they emphasized the fear of him being free because he out here going craziness. Okay, he's still facing Tennessee in 2 additional manslaughter cases, meaning he's a killer. Okay, he killed people. So good riddance to bad rubbish. Okay, he's locked up. Won't let him out, and they don't need to. Okay, when we now, if he was only in jail for like a little weed, if he was in there for a little ganja, something simple, okay, you let him be free. But he was in there for murder. He's in there because it was multiple murders. Let that Negro be gone some damn well. Okay, Tim and Brene, the TikTok couple known around the TikTok. Okay, they were on the Tamron Hall show because Renee lost their lawsuit against Tim's ex-wife for aid and aid of affection. Okay, she owed the ex-wife $1.75 million for taking that lady's husband, and they were on the Tamron Hall show. Now, Tamron Hall is the definition of a journalist, and for me, sometimes I feel like she have guests on her show. I'm like, why they here? But I think she also wants her hands a little bit on the pulse of social media and the popular social media stories. Okay, but she asked that lady, "Hey, was the dick worth it?
Was this love worth over $1 million if you have to pay it?
Was the dick worth?" And I've said to y'all once, twice, 3 times, the lady, there's no penis worth any amount of money that comes out your pocket and goes into someone else's pocket. Okay, I don't care if it's 1.5 mil. I don't care if it's $1. The dick ain't never worth it.
Honestly, no.
And somebody told her, "Girl, cover up your titties." Now she's a very big-breasted woman. And all while she was in court, day by day, she was in leggings and t-shirts or whatever. So someone said, "Ma'am, cover up your titties for the show. Okay, get you a plaid shirt, a lumberjack shirt, okay, and then a sweater, and cover your titties up." And she said, "Okay."
It's not worth over $1 million, but he's worth it, is what I can say.
She's a fool.
He's
So
worth
you're
it.
saying, listen, he's worth it.
Yes.
How has this impacted because you still love him?
Yeah.
You're married.
Yeah.
I can't imagine being with a man and then his wife sues me and I have to figure out, because I don't have the money, I have to figure out how to pay her 1.75 mil, and I stay with him, and every day while I'm looking at my checkbook, okay, my banking account, my savings account, okay, my debit card, credit card bills, and I remind myself, you are the reason, and myself, why I owe her this money. I don't feel like that would work for me. We would have to break up.
Has it impacted your relationship?
I can honestly say no. If anything, it brought us stronger together, closer together, because we know that the outside hate us, but we know that we love each other.
Girl.
Love worth over $1 million.
Now, Akira also announced that the day, because this interview aired on Friday, Akira, who was the ex-wife of Tim, who won the 1.75 mil, she announced she's pregnant. She's pregnant with her boyfriend's child, so she's moving on with lie or whatever. And once I win the monies, I want the monies. Now again, she also asked her, "So you're not going to pay her?" And Renee said, "I don't have the money to pay her. Like, I don't have that kind of money." We know in court they said you make about $25,000 a month or whatever. Girl, pay her out of that. But again, she said it wasn't either. I would divorce him. I really would. What other dumbass shit is going on in real life? Was that it? I think those are all the dumbass stories that I was going to discuss today, because the other ones I didn't really care about that much. Oh, well, this one right here. Okay, a waitress who I guess was helping what it says, TGI Fridays waitress gets $500 after a video of her caring for a cousin child while serving girls goes viral. Now, what was she doing? Oh, she's really carrying around a Caucasian baby while working. Oh, that was nice.
Where'd you go, buddy?
That was nice. Okay, look, sometimes, people need a little bit of help. Okay, the Caucasian baby will probably have the fucking fit in the girl, and I'm gonna carry your baby around here because he needs to be carried. Okay, it's a great thing. Anyway, but she got $500. Now who paid her?
I got a message across my desk last week, and they said, "Hey, one of your servers went viral," and I said, "Oh Lord." What did she do? I didn't know. When you hear viral, you never know. I saw this video and it touched my heart, like it touched millions of people around the country, maybe even around the world, pointing to give me some recognition, right? So I'm gonna pass it over to you.
This is a lovely moment because Brittany is an amazing employee that's been working with us for a while.
Look, my thing is it tax free? Do I gotta share with somebody else? Why not give her $1,000? Anyway, congrats to the waitress. But I'm like, I thought it was something different. Oh, she's okay. Anyway, congrats to the waitress. Okay, I want to get to the celebrity stuff. It's a lot of celebrity stuff. And I want to start with LeAngelo and them. Because when I seen this, it made me question what was going on. So LeAngelo Ball, okay, like, is he a basketball player or a rapper? Is he both? I don't remember. And Nicki Baby, they have the 2 kids. Now again, he is divorced from his wife currently, who just had his baby. Nicki Baby has 2 of his children, and they're in court battling for, I guess, attention of the babies. So she said, I ain't got no money. I don't have any money. I don't have any income. He makes, almost 700 grand a month. So I need all of his money. Now, Nicki used to be on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood as a very rich and wealthy person. Her family has got some money and whatnot. And so she said, forget all their money. I want his money. Okay. So Nicki lawyer claimed that Della makes about $660,000 a month. Okay. He has a total net worth about 3.8 million. They say Nicki say she had to stop working in real estate to become a mom. And her monthly current salary is $0. Okay, she has a $0 salary every day, every month, every year. She earns about $2,000 from some lingerie clothing company she has. She makes about $4,100 a month as an influencer. Okay, so she makes roughly around $6,100 a month. I guess being a stay-at-home mom. Okay, but she spends $36,000 a month. Now I can't even comprehend how anybody can say that, well, I don't make any money. I don't have a job. I quit my job. I quit working to be a stay-at-home mom. I only make about $6,000 a month and whatnot. However, I spend around $36,000 a month. Okay, she says $3,100 a month. Okay, is paid by other people. Who paying the $31,000? I think that is so irresponsible. I feel like, when people say that people have babies to make money, that's what this sounds like. Because you was a working person with your own income, you then decided to have a baby with a basketball player. You quit your job to be a mom, fine, whatever. But you now say you spend $36,000 a month. I would never spend money I can't afford to spend. I can't. I would not want to have to rely on somebody else for $31,000 worth of my life. Because if they stop paying, what can I do? I can't just out the blue make 31 grand. Our monthly bills include $9,750 in rent. So you make $6,000 a month, and your rent is damn near $10,000 a month. That's stupid. $200 for healthcare. What kind of healthcare? $200 for healthcare. Well, I mean, I don't know how much mine costs. Mine is probably about that much. Again, $200 for healthcare, $4,400 for childcare. Now, see, if you a stay-at-home mama and your kids is too young for school, and you're a stay-at-home mom, why are you paying $4,400 a month in childcare? I'm just wondering. And I know even stay-at-home moms need a break. But I'm like, if you quit working to care for the kids, why would you then make another bill for someone else to care for the kids? Okay. But again, she pays 4,400 a month in childcare, 2,000 on groceries and household supplies. That sounds about normal. 1,000 on DoorDash. $1,000 on DoorDash? 1,000? What's the groceries for? 1,400 on utilities, 384 for a cell phone, and 8,900 for hygiene, health, social, and literacy. I said literacy. No wait, girl, literary. I said literacy. She is the definition of living beyond her means. Now, if old boy was paying all the extras, then sir, you have to cough that up. Because they always say the way you live when y'all were together, they force you to cover things like that when divorced. Okay. So his lawyers, okay, demanded they wanted her bank statements, info on jewelry purchases, documents related to cosmetic and plastic surgery, and records related to any travel vacation. I feel like if you're saying you don't make any money, I need proof of that. But again, this is what happens when you stop working for yourself. You say, "Hey, I'm gonna have a baby by this young boy because he's a kid compared to her. She's in her 30s. He's a child by his actions was a child." But again, she wants the monies, and I hope she don't get evicted. But girl, I was like, I can't comprehend saying, well, I make about $6,000 a month, but my bills are 36,000 a month, and I have somebody else paying all the rest. You need to downgrade, But again, coochies are expensive. The man who said he was a paid sex worker for Diddy and Cassie, okay, is suing Diddy and Cassie. Where is it at? Because I was confused. I don't like this man.
And puts his hand on them don't mean a woman can't be a hoe who likes large members and likes to sleep with a bunch of men. People, the probably the most damaging thing I'm about to say that people are not gonna like is this. Audience, Cassie was a hoe. Cassie was a hoe who liked to sleep with guys who were good in bed, and I was one of those guys. It's a shame that I am being attacked, and all of these women want to make excuses for a woman who is a whore. Cassandra Ventura was a whore. She may not be a whore anymore. She grew up, she grew out of it. People change. It's okay. But that time of her life, she was a whore. She liked to have schmecks. She liked to schmuck Enos. She loved all of that, people. She used to do it for hours, and Diddy did not make her. The only thing Diddy used to make her do was stop when she was going too long, and that's the damn truth. Now, the sad part is...
Now, he was also in the documentary. He was one of the guys who did testify at the trial. Again, he was a paid sex worker. Okay, he was the one saying he was paid and had met with them for maybe on and off 8 years. So, what?
That is the actual victim of this conspiracy. That I still don't get the same respect as Cassie because Diddy put his hands on her. Because she stole his phone and the damn freak off, and the man got caught on camera putting his hands on her. Suddenly, she's the mother Teresa of domestic violence. People, this is a horrible misconception that is being totally manipulated by people because they need Cassie's domestic violence to hate Diddy. You really don't need Cassie's domestic violence to hate Diddy. People, there is a million different reasons to hate Diddy other than Cassie. People, you need to accept the truth of for what this is. Cassie is not a victim of that RICO. She is most certainly a victim of domestic violence, yes. She is certainly a victim of domestic physical abuse, yes, people. But it's not because of those sexual encounters. It's because she was in a relationship with a super rich and powerful man who was also horribly toxic and a drug addict. Those are the recipes for domestic violence. When you're constantly in a relationship with someone who is drugged up all the time, emotionally imbalanced, and has a super ego, women, you're going to get your behind kicked. You know why? Because the second you don't do something that man likes, he's going to put his hands, feet, and legs up your behind. And
Oh, but you want us to believe that it was only her that wanted the stuff. You want us to believe, oh no, it was Cassie. It wasn't Diddy. Cassie only. You just said out your own mouth, oh, Cassie did it because she wanted it. He didn't force you to do anything. And then you then say, well, women, if you're with a rich man, he's gonna beat you up. But if you don't do what he say to do, so which one is it? So the fact that his lawsuit is like going to trial, like the judge said, okay, yeah, you can go to trial, and Cassie had to get an attorney because if she chose to ignore the lawsuit that he's filing, he can get a default judgment. So the fact that Cassie now has to defend herself against the paid, I don't understand how a paid hooker can then say I was used. Ain't your job to get fucked or fuck? Like, isn't that your job? Is so you now want to sue because someone paid you to do what you're supposed to do, and you want us to think that Cassie ain't the victim. Only you're the only victim. Okay, again, I just need y'all to know Cassie had a lawyer to fight this case. Now, you really should sue Diddy. That's the person to sue, but I think because Cassie got, she got 20 mil from Diddy, approximately. She got 10 mil from that hotel. So she got roughly, let's say, $30 million before any lawyer fees and all that shit. Okay, lawyer fees, they get about a third of it or whatever. Unless she paid them beforehand. But again, I just need y'all to know he is the worst kind of human being. Okay? Because he wants people to be mad at Cassie. He wants folks to feel like, oh, yeah, she's the villain too because she wanted it. First of all, I don't believe that if her choice was Diddy or you, but yeah, give me Crackhead Joe. Yep, give me Crackhead Joe on any given Tuesday. It's like, no, if you don't think, anyway, we don't like that man. Okay, it's Kim today and forever. Okay, brick to the head. Get out my face, little Negro. A couple of other things going on. We don't support violence. We don't support violence, y'all. We don't support violence. Hot 97. If any of y'all are from New York, Hot 97 is like getting rid of a whole bunch of talent. Okay, the only radio show I listen to via YouTube is Hot 97's Ebro in the morning with Ebro, Lord Styles, Roseburg, and out the blue, okay, they got canceled. I said, now how that happened? Now what happened? Okay, now Ebro wrote on social media like, yep, it's over. They all put their own separate posts up, but they've been out since 2012. Okay, 2012, and I just feel like, is radio dying? Because they canceled Ebro in the morning. Then Ed Love and Miss Jones were also removed from the radio. Okay, so I don't know what is going on in radio in New York. I don't have any idea, okay, what's going on with things in New York. But I'm to get rid of, because Ed Lover has been around forever, Miss Jones as well. Ebro and them being gone is kind of crazy. I don't even know of any other radio show on in New York that folk like talk about all the time. So it's weird. I seen that Ebro was talking on, do I still have it? He was in his car talking, child. I may not have saved it. Right here. This is the only thing he kind of came on and said after the show ended.
Told y'all a couple of weeks ago when they tried to run that Andrew Cuomo play on me. Remember that? And then they tried, you know, when the Trumpster got in office. Listen, man, I don't capitulate well, bro. Been doing this too long. If you look around all the major media outlets, look at all the major media outlets, man. All of them. Look at all of them. They all got to fold up because they all trying to renew their deals, their licenses. They all, well, in this particular situation, we'll get into more specifics another time. Bro's a casino owner. You know those 3 licenses that they got here in New York City for the casinos? The guy that owns one of the casinos licenses.
For the most part, people feel like he's saying, you know, the power that be want to buy radio time, want to buy airspace, and I ain't budging. I ain't doing it. And because I am, you know, going against the grain, you know, of course my show is canceled. He was also smoking some weed. We seen Rosenberg had posted some old clips of his first day back in 2007. His first day at Hot 97, with, you know, Rick Ross. Is that MC? Girl, name? Who was that? Oh, girl, wait, who was that people? Hold on.
What's up, baby? You know what I'm saying? We checking in, baby. Hot 97 got it hot around this thing. You feel me?
Cassidy's in the building. I'm backstage with
Cassidy,
one of my new coworkers, Miss Info. How are you?
To the family.
Miss Info.
First, T.I., have you
Not T.I. Is that T.I. Swiss Beats?
done a summer jam before? I'm asking. Have you done many summer jams?
Say it's your first day on the job.
My first day on the job.
I could tell.
Back when we liked T.I., I thought he was a great person. You know, Laura posted, Rosebar posted a whole long thing. Laura posted this, you know, little cartoon thing done before. It's sad, y'all. You know, it's sad. But again, you know, the end, child, my upstairs neighbor, badass kids is running around. You know, you don't want to say, you know, kids' feet shouldn't work. But I'm telling y'all, I be wanting to just, oh my God, I just can't stand it, part-time fathers. But again, let's hope that Ebro and them and whoever else is laid off from Hot 97 get their groove back somewhere else. I want to jump onto the coach here. Okay, Sherrone Moore, we discussed Thursday. Initially we had no idea the details, okay, of what happened with him being fired from University of Michigan, him being arrested for something. We didn't have concrete details, okay? But he was in court on Friday, right? Hold on. He was in court on Friday here in Michigan. And when I tell y'all, I feel 2 different ways. Okay? Because one, it's fully his fault for dealing with somebody he worked with when that's against the contract. Okay. And that's one part. You know, that is his fault for messing with somebody when he knew it was against the rules in his contract. Okay. That's part 1. Part 2 is that lady seemingly snitched on their dating situationship. Okay. Because it doesn't seem as if before she went and told the bosses what was going on, that there was an issue with them. So it feel like, was it a scheme that Todd set up, and Todd being the fucking school? So again, his arraignment, let's get into it.
Felony of home invasion, 3rd degree, misdemeanor stalking, and misdemeanor entry without permission.
Oh yeah, his charges were home invasion, stalking, and breaking and entering. So that was what he was charged with and arrested for. But here is the arraignment.
Your Honor, we are asking for a $25,000 cash or surety bond in light of the fact that we cannot ask for you to deny bond. I get that he is a man of means, and so this is a bit of a nominal monetary ask, but quite frankly, it would be an ask that I would make for any defendant charged with these offenses before you. So what strikes me as perhaps more important in this scenario are conditions that I would like to ask for. Because, of course, as you know, Your Honor, you're tasked with trying to make sure that he reappears, but also the safety.
Also, I was so aggravated with the horrible sound. I'm like, why would y'all not have sound together? The fuck?
The public and this victim in particular. So, Judge, in addition to an ask for a $25,000 cash or surety, we are asking, should he post that? Should you impose that? We are asking that you order that he undergo a mental health evaluation. We are asking that you order him to submit to a GPS tether and that there be a no-go to this victim's residence or place of employment. Ask that you order that there be no contact with her whatsoever in any means, any fashion, direct or indirect, that there be no stalking behavior of any kind, that he be ordered to surrender any and all weapons, further that he be ordered to surrender his passport. Judge, the reason, Your Honor, the reason we make those requests is...
Now this is when we find out what allegedly happened after he got fired.
In light of the factual scenario that gives rise to these charges, my best understanding from a thorough review of the police report and as much body-worn camera as I've had an opportunity to review.
I want to see the body camera. Can somebody get the body cam footage?
Is that I understand that our victim broke up. They had an intimate relationship for a number of years.
So I'm fucking this married man to my boss for some years. Okay? Banging him against, even though I know what's wrong, he know what's wrong. I know he's married. He know he's married. We've been fucking for a couple of years.
Defendant and victim. That our victim broke up with this defendant on Monday morning early. That there continued to be defendant making numerous phone calls and sending numerous texts from that time moving forward that she did not answer, did not respond to, and did not want.
Now, some people feel like she broke up with him on Monday, and could the constant communication, texting, and calling have been because I know you are giving information to the school. I know you are doing and saying things. What the fuck is going on? Some people feel like the contact he was making, trying to get in contact with her, was because I had heard you said some shit and I want to know what's going on. And it could possibly be she could not answer. You want to know why? Because whatever contact she had with him could affect whatever contract she had with the lawyers in the school.
That eventually she presented herself to the University of Michigan, cooperated in some form of investigation there. As we all now know, defendant was at some point on Wednesday afternoon fired from his employment. He then...
Now remember, that's him in jail. Can you imagine? You are the head football coach at the University of Michigan. You get fired. Oh, that's the fucking feat. Yep, all this that y'all hear, that's what it is. Not me. That's just the wall right here. That's this wall right here. That's that wall. I'm just trying to work. I'll be telling y'all all the time, okay? But no, can you imagine working got your job, chilling, okay, and then you break up with your girlfriend, break up with your mistress. Your mistress break up with you, okay? You get fired, and you are now sitting in a courtroom in a white jumpsuit because they hope you because you probably on suicide watch, and you just up here just waiting.
And at some point soon thereafter came to her apartment in the address that is alleged in the complaint, barged his way into that apartment, immediately then proceeded to a kitchen drawer.
Oh, also, wait, let me rewind. Because also what I was going to say before I was interrupted by the feet upstairs, remember they kept on saying that they think that someone told the schools about a Plan B pill that was delivered via DoorDash or via whatever delivery people, whatever. I said that probably came from the fucking assistant. He probably ordered, and this is my assumption, he probably ordered a Plan B pill to the school because she worked there. Here, bitch. Plan B, okay? And when she probably did not want to take the Plan B, and she said no, she told. So I'm like, I don't think it was a DoorDash driver who was weird about why would a school order it. I think his assistant was upset. He ordered a Plan B to the school. If that part is true. Okay, let's keep listening.
At some point on Wednesday afternoon, fired from his employment. He then, at some point soon thereafter, came to her apartment in the address that is alleged in the complaint, barged his way into that apartment, immediately then proceeded to a kitchen drawer, grabbed several butter knives, and
I said butter knives. Who threatened? I don't think a butter knife can even pierce. You have to be a hard stab for a butter knife to go through. It would take a lot of force because they're not sharp. Okay, they barely can cut some bread. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, who goes and grabs the butter knives? That's stupid within itself. Okay,
a pair of kitchen scissors, and
scissors. Those can cut through some things.
And began to threaten his own life. I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to make you watch. My blood is on your hands. You ruined my life. And a series of very, very threatening, intimidating, terrifying, quite frankly, statements and behaviors there in that apartment. It was only then, Your Honor, when the victim, she called her attorney and then at some point indicated.
Now, y'all heard that right. Again, this is my stance on this. He was absolutely, positively wrong for going to that lady's house, period. Okay? You should have never went to her house. Ever. Okay? That was a dumb move on your part. Now, when the lady just said, you know, he's around there, he's holding he's holding butter knives. Okay, this is a foul. He got a butter knife. Okay, he got multiple butter knives. He got butter knives. Okay, he got scissors. Okay, he's butter knife and scissor heavy around this bitch and threatening to kill her. Okay, threatening to also kill himself. And you mean to tell me that when this big black man is in your house threatening to kill himself and kill you, you called your lawyer? That be rewind. Because I said, when my ex show up to my house, I'm not even opening the door. And if he barges his way in and I have time to grab my cell phone, 911. 3 numbers. Okay? 911. I'm not dialing 10 numbers, 777-9311 to get a lawyer on the phone.
Intimidating, terrifying, quite frankly, statements and behaviors there in that apartment.
So the lawyer just said she's terrified. She's frightened. He has butter knives. He has scissors. He wants to kill himself. He wants to kill me. He's upset. I have been avoiding him. And
it was only then, Your Honor, when the victim, she called her attorney and then at some point indicated she was going to call the police.
I was like, why did she call her lawyer first? I'm just wondering, why did she call the lawyer first? To me, that feels like there's some kind of, she knew two things. He can't kill himself with a butter knife. Okay. But still, if you know he's mentally unwell, why would you call what your lawyer gonna do? Why would you not call 911 first and then call your lawyer? So I just feel it's weird that in a time of crisis, when your crazy, mentally unstable ex-lover, married ex-lover, shows up and grabs butter knives and scissors, that your first phone call was to your lawyer.
And then he left. And so, Your Honor, while I understand that there isn't evidence to suggest that he directly threatened the victim with any of those implements that I've indicated, the totality of the behavior is highly threatening and highly intimidating. She was terrorized, Your Honor. And in light of the totality of all of those circumstances, we consider the defendant to be a risk to public safety, a risk to this victim, and it is for those reasons that we are asking for those specific conditions. I'm more than happy to answer any other questions that the court may have or give you further information, and I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you, Judge.
Simon is the bottom.
Your Honor, let me start at the end where the people ended. In terms of risk to public safety, my client's 39 years.
She accuses him of threatening to send her to Jesus and also send himself to Jesus with the butter knives and the scissors. Okay. So that is why he was arrested. Okay. He's only charged for home invasion, stalking, and breaking and entering. So those are the actual charges of what he was arrested for.
With zero prior criminal history, zero prior contact with the criminal justice system in any fashion. The threat to public safety argument by these charges, maybe that's the point, but there's no evidence to suggest that he's a threat to the public safety. The next thing is that the people referenced the court rule that I want to come back to, that you can't deny bond in a situation like this, and they referenced something else that I want to come back to, which is the fact that they reviewed thoroughly the police report and they reviewed thoroughly the body cam. I've had none of that opportunity. And that's too early for that in the proceedings, so when people come here and make factual representations, although I trust Ms. Brzezinski very much as an officer of the court, I have no ability to respond to those factual representations. So here's what I'm going to ask the court. The monetary bond component, the two considerations by court rule are my client will appear. Let me speak to that. He's got a home here. His family is here. He's got ties to our community. He's retained a local counsel here. Second thing is that my client is not otherwise a danger to the public or danger to the complainant. That is why monetary components are requested, but there are other measures to address them. For example, the request for a GPS tether, that was an expected request. My client will gladly comply with that request. The second thing is my client having no contact. Certainly, we have no objection to that order, and my client would be at his own peril if he were to violate that. His bond would be summarily revoked. In terms of surrendering the passport, Your Honor, there's no really indication that he is a flight risk. My client has those established ties that I talked about. But in addition to that, Your Honor, he would have an order from the court like everyone else does. There would be no leaving the state, let alone the country, without permission of the court, and he would certainly abide by that. Your Honor, with respect to the request for a mental health evaluation, I will represent a few things that are my understanding, again, without being privileged to have reviewed discovery. My understanding is that following his arrest, my client was taken to the St. Joseph Mercy Health System for an evaluation, a mental health evaluation. My understanding is following that evaluation, he was not turned over for a commitment, but instead turned back over to law enforcement for lodging. That's where he's been, the Washington County Jail sits. I can also tell the court that the Community Mental Health Department saw my client yesterday for an evaluation as well without any further recommendation. If you make that a condition of bond, I can tell the court that he get a mental health evaluation, he will absolutely comply and follow any aftercare record.
He absolutely needs some mental health evaluation. He also, the bond amount was fine. Get him on the tether was fine, but he do need some mental. Even if he wasn't serious about taking himself out or taking her out, he still need to go talk to some damn body.
Lastly, Your Honor, with respect to the bond amount. I forgot to speak about weapons. He has no weapons, but he'll surrender. If you order that he surrender any weapons that he doesn't have,
would a weapon be a butter knife? I'm just wondering.
Glad to comply with that condition. With respect to the bond amount, Your Honor, in a case like this, with charges like this, in a normal circumstance, we'd be requesting a personal recognizance bond and frankly expecting the court to order that. We all know this is not our ordinary circumstance. It's not an insignificant amount of money to anyone. And I ask that the court set the bond amount to the principles not of my client's bank account, but to the principles of the charges and to the principles of the court rule. Therefore, I'm requesting that if the court orders a monetary component at all, that it be with a $25,000 10% privilege. And also, Your Honor,
do people get bond money back? I feel like if you get arrested and it's a bond, don't you get that money back if you go to court and you get found innocent, or do they keep that money? I'd be like, I don't know. I ain't never had a bond.
If my client is to order to a GPS tether, things have to happen pretty significantly to try to get that in place in time for what we hope to use in this day. Thank you.
Mr. Moore, could you state your name, please?
I would be livid as a wife if my punk ass husband is on the news, okay, in a white outfit, okay, because he up here fool out lying with another white woman at work, okay, and then I would be livid. Like, look at your stupid ass. Okay, why didn't you just watch porn? Go pay for a hooker. Why would you put our family through this, stupid?
Sir, you are not to use alcohol, marijuana, or any other controlled substance that is not prescribed to you. You are not to possess or purchase a firearm or any other dangerous weapon.
Now, does the dangerous weapons include butter knives? Because I'm still stuck on he went in the kitchen and grabbed the butter knives.
You are not to engage in criminal conduct of any kind whatsoever. You may not leave the state of Michigan without permission of the court. Prior to your release, you will be placed on a GPS tether. You will not be released before that GPS tether is placed upon you.
Now, I do think because he went to her house and got some butter knives and some scissors, he do need to be on the tether because we need to know where you at. And because he, because it is weird because I don't think he's on home confinement. So he can still go wherever he wants to go. They'll just know where he's at.
You must continue all mental health treatment. as a condition of your bond. The named victim in this case will not be placed on the record.
Now, even though they're not saying her name or not putting her name on the record, I feel like we all know her name. So it ain't a secret. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, it kind of does not. Now her address, should not be mentioned, but I feel like everyone knows who she is. So what's the point of hiding her identity? Like, we know who it is.
You may not have contact with that individual. That means no calling, no writing, no video chatting, no texting, no emailing, or any other form of contact the human mind can possibly fathom. No one in the world thinks that this person is going to reach out to you.
She might. If she playing the long game, she might. We can't assume. Look, I'm gonna wait.
Should they do so, and again, no one thinks that they're going to, you may not reply in any form or fashion. The named victim's address will not be placed on the record. You may not go to that location for any reason whatsoever. Are we understood on the no contact and no go-to, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have any questions about that, you have a good attorney, simply ask them. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Bond will be set in the amount of $25,000 cash surety, as requested by the prosecution's office. This court does not determine innocence or guilt. This court determines flight risk and community safety. The court finds with these conditions in place, it has been met.
Now, I don't know where he gonna be paroled to. I saw a quick video of his lawyer talking, and somebody asked the lawyer, would he be going home, like to his house where his wife's at? And the lawyer was like, I'm not going to answer that. So part of me feel like, he may not have a home to go to. Now, this point here, he is poor pain management. Supposedly he's been doing DMing other snow bunnies and OnlyFans white women. I feel like even if he went home to his wife, was the wife there? But look, this is the thing. His wife might forgive him because again, he was not arrested for any physical altercation. He was arrested and charged with home invasion, stalking, and breaking and entering. Mainly because she accused him of barging his way in. So that's the breaking and entering. He didn't go there and bust the door down. It seems as if it just means he wasn't wanted there. He came in anyway. Okay. Stalking because of the contact he was sending her way. And again, the home invasion. But again, he's home right now. And look, he wrong. And I don't want that being lost on anyone. He should have never went to that lady house. Okay. Even if you calling and texting and emailing and DMing, his biggest mistake was two things. One, fuck her in the first place. Okay. That was the first mistake. Okay. Second mistake that made this all worse was him going to her house. If he had never went to her house, if he would just stayed home, fussed with his wife, went to bed, and then just face all this shit later, he would not be looking as insane as he does now. And I feel like that's his wrong part. Cheating on the wife with someone he works with, giving her that raise, all that shit. And then going over there and being dumb. Now, secondly, a lot of people, including myself, feels like, Becky number 2, because his wife is Becky number 1. I don't know her name. So Becky number 1 is his wife. Okay. Becky number 2, the mistress. Some folk feel like Okay, Becky number 2, who was a full-grown adult. Okay, she snitched on him on purpose. They feel like he was working with the school to possibly get him fired because you don't fuck no married man for a couple of years that you're sneaking around with him and you out the I'm upset. Now maybe she felt like, okay, leave your wife and your 3 kids for me, and maybe you lied and I'm gonna leave. Yes, I'm gonna leave my wife for you, girl. I'm gonna double your salary, girl. It's gonna be me and you, 1 + 1 is 2, and it's gonna be us, okay? And then he said, well, you know what? I'm not gonna do that, And then she got upset. But a few people, myself included, feels as if whatever fallout they had as black man and mistress, she got upset and said, okay, you don't want to be with me for real? You don't want to leave your wife for me? You don't want to give me my raise again? You can't get me to 100K? Or you want me to abort the baby? Okay, bitch, cool. I'm gonna break up with you, and I'm gonna go to your bosses with all of the texts and all of the conversations and all of the all the stuff, and I'm gonna get you fired. So some people feel like she played a long game. And I don't like it when 2 people do wrong together and then you get upset and want to sell me up the river, because 2 adults fucking should not be all of this. Yes, he should have been fired because he broke the rules. Stupid black man, okay? But I'm like, if she was knowingly fucking him, why ain't she fired too? I'm like, if he got fired because he knowingly had a relationship, and even the fact that he had an inappropriate relationship, no, he had an affair, it was fucking an adult. Period. Okay, the only part it wasn't inappropriate, it was just against the rules. Because some folks thought, oh, it must be a student. Oh, she must be young. It's like, no, she's like in her 30s. I'm fucking for 2 years. The fuck? You know what I'm saying? But some folk feel like, oh, she set him up. But it's his fault. You should never allow yourself to be in that situation. You should never date someone. You should not date people you work with. 160 rules. That's just on period. That's on period. So again, he messed up from the get-go. Now I don't know why, for what reason. It was stupid. It was dumb. And now you are in worse trouble than you have been in before, because now it's not you're fired for fucking a lady. You are now fired for fucking her. You now have mental health issues because you threaten you threaten to take yourself to see Jesus, okay, and send her to Jesus. So now your mental is going to be in question. You are a football coach of young people. So any job you get in the future will question your mental capacity on how can he operate as a adult over, young adults. It's like the pussy can't be worth it. It can't be. Like, what was she doing? Like, what could she have done to make you? Because this is the thing. Even if you fucked her once, like, oops, my bad, mistake. What made you keep doing it, knowing it's against the rules of your contract? And of all the coochies in the world, why would you keep fucking one that works under you? What's the point? Again, that was his dumbass decision. But I still feel like I still feel a part of me feel like, okay, he knowingly did it, but she set him up a little bit. You know, she gave all the information to his bosses. But he allowed her to have the evidence to get him fired. If he would have been fucking a random Hooters waitress, okay, fucking a meter maid, okay, fucking an IHOP bus girl, okay, fucking a Waffle House waitress, okay, if he had got with anybody else, who is so many people, black, white, whatever in the world, Craig, why would you choose to mess with somebody who has now cost you everything? And in a couple of years, could he, you know, get back to coaching and whatever? Sure, but is it worth it? Is it worth it? No. No. And I know I've seen folks say, "Oh, I don't know why I say Hooters." Well, because they like white women. I think Hooters. I think of white women. And again, his preference seems to be white women. Now, are white women his Achilles heel? Okay, are white women the one that ruined life? No, he did. Okay, he put all of this into motion because he allowed it to happen. He then lost his mind. He snapped and went to her house and grabbed butter knives and kitchen scissors to, I guess, scare her into, I don't know what. I don't know what. Luckily he didn't kill her or herself. Okay, not Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods had a good time with the waitress in the car. You know what? That's true. But that cost him with his wife. Tiger didn't lose his job because of them coochies. And Tiger was fucking a lot of women. Tiger fucked 18,760 women and probably 2 little people. Okay. Tiger Woods had a sex addiction. He was a whore. So I think Tiger was different because he was banging everybody and lost money in his divorce. With, oh boy, you know, had he been fucking someone outside of work, he would have still had a job. He may have got divorced and lost some money, but he wouldn't have gotten fired and arrested in a mugshot. Okay, that's a little bit of a difference. And I don't think Tiger ever like said, "Bitch, I'm gonna kill you." You know what I'm saying? "I'm gonna kill you." I don't think Tiger ever did that. And if he did, he'll be dumb as well. There's the coochie or the penis is never worth it. Never. And then who knows when his next job will be. I don't think, while he may not was going to, does that right English? Maybe it's not going to, he maybe was not going to, kill anybody. Okay. However, I don't think he should be allowed to be around people, young adults. Like he should not be in any position that he has to influence young adults, because I'm like, we have to be sure that he's okay mentally. I also feel like she shouldn't be allowed to be around anybody until he is mentally. Give him a couple years. Okay, give him a couple years and then maybe allow him to do whatever. But I'm like, sir, you just go over in this argument first. But once you pick up butter knives and scissors and you threatened, the subtle things, that's just not smart. Yeah, you can't coach right now. If you had gotten fired for banking that lady, and that's against the rules, ooh, bad coach. You could have probably still coached somewhere else eventually, but now you try to fuck you banged her and threatened to kill her. Yeah, and the first I said, "Oh Lord Jesus." So it's a bad look entirely, but in conjunction with that, I still feel like in some way, shape, form, or fashion, she set him up. And I think his point in saying you ruined my life, I don't think he meant because of you. I think his point was you purposefully went and did this shit. They didn't find out on their own. You went to them and said, "Here's the information," and that ruined what I had going on. I think again, I wasn't there. I don't know. Okay, he didn't kick down my door. Okay, but I think that's what he meant by saying you run my life. I'm gonna kill you and me. I think it's because he found out she gave the hey, here go our texts. Here go the dick pics. Here go our hotel meetups. Here go, it's been going on for 2 years. Here is the conversation about me getting a raise. I think that's what he meant by saying you ruined my life. I don't think he meant it as if it's your fault I fucked you. I think his point was we were consensually okay for at least a year or two. And you chose to take all of the information of our relationship for these past years and gave it to the people who fired me because you're pissed off at me. Now we breaking up, bitch. We gonna break up too. I can't even get the cooch them up, bitch. I am upset. But again, he should have never went to her house and threatened her at all. That was wrong. 100%. Okay. The reason he locked up home invasion, stalking, breaking and entering is valid because he went there and did that shit. Now, I don't know if she was pregnant for real. That's what they're saying, you know. Because one, if she pregnant, the plan B wasn't gonna help. Plan B don't stop a fertilized egg pregnancy. If you're pregnant, if you have taken a pregnancy test and you're pregnant, the plan B ain't going. And I don't know what I'll take them. Okay, I have never in my life had plan B. But from what I heard through the internet, you could take a plan B. Google. Let me ask Google. Because I don't take plan Bs. I don't need them. Just saying. Plan B effectiveness. Okay. Plan B is highly effective for reducing pregnancy risk by up to 89% if taken within 72 hours of unprotected sex. Meaning, if you fucked on, what's today? If you had sex on Thanksgiving, November 28th, okay, you can't take a plan B today. That ain't gonna work at all. So the plan B and the pregnancy seemingly can be two different situations because a plan B is not going to kill for a baby. It can't be. You can't take a plan B abortion. It's insane. So I wonder, did y'all just have sex a couple of days ago? And did he finish inside? And he said, "Hey, usually I don't finish inside. So I need you to swallow this plan B because I usually don't finish inside. Okay. I want to prevent anything from happening." And did she feel like, what you mean? I'm not taking off plan B. Lawyer? I don't know. Or could he have, knocked her up before and did not want to do it again? I'm not sure. I don't know at all. And because now I'm pretty sure eventually that lady gonna do some kind of sit down interview. She gonna talk to somebody for some money. You know, so again, I feel like it's two different things going on. One, she could currently be pregnant with a whole new baby. It could be that the Plan B thing happened a couple weeks ago, and now he knows she's pregnant, and that could be like the tick tick boom, because oh my God, now she's pregnant. You know, it can be all kinds of things, but I'm like, again, I still never have sympathy for a cheating husband and the bitch he cheat with, because you knew he had a wife and he knew he had a wife. So anything that happened is both of y'all faults. So, you know, and now he's like, well, I think he's out now. He's out, he's at home. And he goes back to courts, like I think January 22nd, I believe, for the home invasion, stalking, and breaking and entering. And then he can't talk to her. It cannot be any contact, you know. But again, look, I can't even blame white women. I mean, he happens to be. This happened to be two white women, you know. But you know what? But I will say this. But this is why most Black women say, stop messing with snow bunnies, who at any given chance will want to be the victim in a scenario. Meaning, I can knowingly bang my boss who's married. And when things go haywire because he was this and that and that and that, I'm the victim. Now, she is a victim of him coming to her house. However, she was a willing participant in the affair for 2 years. And I don't even see there being any mention of any kind of abuse, any kind of issues with them before this situation. So it's not as if, oh, she's accusing him of like, oh, he used to beat me. You know, I haven't heard it about, oh, he forced me to. I haven't heard any of that. So it feels and it sounds as if they were two nasty people banging behind that man's white back. Okay, period. So this is not really about, oh, all white women suck. We can't, it's not that. However, this white woman here who knowingly slept with a married man, seemingly, possibly, allegedly, started snitching once things went left, versus just letting the thing play out how it was. Again, if we fucking and it's over, I don't have to get revenge on you by getting you fired. It's over. But again, some folks are dumb. And that would be child stupid, dumb. That don't make no sense. Y'all take 30 good seconds, okay? Like the video. I gotta get some more water. My throat is going dry. But y'all like the video now. I'll be right back. I know if anyone was to ever go through my Google searches, it's like, why should she be Googling Plan Bs? Let me see what is up next. Let's do Amanda Seales just to get it out of the way. She's on the thumbnail. Y'all know I like Amanda Seales. I do. I feel like she can be entertaining and whatnot, but she can also be aggravating. And she used to be really, 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 really cool with Charlamagne the God. Okay, she used to always be up on the Breakfast Club. I remember seeing them like hanging out together or whatever. They were like, cool. And she was on her social media and was like, man, fuck him.
A podcast with Charlamagne. Why would I do a podcast with Charlamagne? We had great chemistry until I realized that he was a ridiculous person and he was a snake.
Now I feel like I've always felt that way about Charlamagne, and it's just weird to me. Not weird. I won't say weird. But I feel like someone here. I feel like what made her come to that realization when everyone felt that way. I feel like when she used to be his friend and folk would say he ain't shit, she would defend him. So I'm wondering what happened.
So then we don't have great chemistry anymore. He's also not an intellectual. Like, he's read books. He's not a dummy, but he's not an intellectual, and he don't got no backbone. He sits here and he regurgitates the same crap. And the people that he does challenge, like, remember when he challenged Kamala Harris? Remember when she was on his show and he was like, so who's actually in charge of the Democrats? Joe Biden or Joe Manchin? And she black womaned him and started saying like, no, absolutely not. He didn't even come back because he didn't have no way to come back at her because he didn't know anything further than what he said. And then they have people on the show and they allow them to just talk they shit. And when I do a podcast,
and they cut off, but I feel like Amanda has this new thing to where she is like, I'm not going to be a comedian. I'm not going to be an actress. I'm going to just sit and be my intellectual self, which is great because when Amanda is on task, she's on task. But sometimes I feel like she runs off on these tangents that no one needs, because even if someone says, hey, why not do a podcast with this man? Why not just say, I don't want to? I feel like once she goes into how, he's a bad person, but when did he become bad? Because anyone I have been friends with for years as an adult, you will never hear me say, you know what, I figured out they're a bad person. When the fuck did that happen? Because to me, he's always been who he's been. So why is that now not okay with you? Then she went and was discussing Jasmine Crockett. I said, girl, do you live in Texas?
People say, why are you picking on a black woman? Because that black woman wants my vote. And that black woman is using her black womanhood as a reason for why she should be voted.
But I'm like, but isn't Jasmine running for something about people in Texas? If you don't live in Texas, is she talking to you? Because like for me, when anybody doing something somewhere that I can't control, I can't care. Because they don't look for my vote. They want people in their state vote. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody who lives in New York should care about what our governor is doing because it don't affect them. You don't even live here. You can't even vote for her.
So if you're going to use your identity that I share as the reason why you should be voted for, then I'm going to hold you to a whole other standard. And what's even more frustrating about this is that I spent a lot of time with Jasmine Crockett before she became like this. Brunch, texts, homies. I am dismayed. Truly. I don't know if she's got a gun being held to her head. I don't know if they are, threatening her family. Blink twice, sis. Blink twice.
Not a gun that blinks and blink.
But Israel ain't it. And she still has not at any point said, I do not support Israel. I am deeply against this genocide. And I, as my role of senator, will do everything I can to prevent funding from being sent to continue it.
Maybe she ain't got to that point yet. Maybe she ain't got to that point of the job yet. I'm just asking.
Funding that misappropriates your taxpayer dollars. People, Jasmine Crockett and James Tallarico are lying to you. And the only reason that many of you don't know is because you don't know what you don't know. They are lying to you. They are supporting Israel. And for some reason, people seem to think that AIPAC and AIPAC money is the only issue that they should have with a politician. Hey, that. And I'm trying to understand how you learn about that thing and then you don't keep searching.
I can't fight every fight. Yeah, I was in we had a supervisory training that I went to yesterday at work. They bring all the management teams together to just kind of, child do whatever. Okay, we discuss things, how to be better at things, how to regulate things better. This is a brainstorming, a 4-hour management brainstorming training, and it came up how you had people who complain. They come and say, "Oh, this is wrong and that is wrong," and they have all of these complaints and aggressions and mad about this, that, and the other. But what is the solution? Okay, and our HR director was like, she had a person who would come in every Friday between 12 and 12:30 so to complain about something. And she said it was when she had first started as our HR director like years ago. And he said, at first, I just knew the person would come and be the same. She said, one day I said, hey, the next time you come to me with a issue, I want you to also bring what you think we should do to solve said issues. And she said the person never came back. You wanna know why? Some people just want to complain and say, that's wrong, and why do this, and why do that? But they have no form of a solution to what you say the fucking problem is. And the issue I have with Amanda when she goes on these rants and these tirades is she has all this smoke for people and about what they are doing. But what's your fucking solution? Like, what is your solution to all of these issues you have with people in government, in radio, in news, or whatever? What's your fucking solution, Amanda? And I'm not saying she doesn't have a right to feel like to question something, but when you question everything someone else is doing and make them a faulty or flawed individual, okay, what would you do in their position? And then go do their fucking, if you think you know better, go do it. The reason I never really get involved in politics, I don't know enough to have any deep opinion on stuff. Like I don't know enough. I can admit I can't be political. I don't know enough. So I leave that to the people who know enough, okay? And if you know so much, Amanda, I need you to lace up your boots and go apply to be a senator, governor, congresswoman, whatever. Because at some point, when people are the ones consistently complaining about the people in power and how bad they are at their jobs, well, go do their fucking job. Go do their job. If you think every little issue they have to address and harp on it, she's on, to me, she's one woman. Jasmine Crockett is one woman trying to do her best in a society that looks at her as a fucking nobody. Even if she is for the people like Amanda, when she does this, it really aggravates my spirit because, okay, you don't want us to vote for her, and I mean whoever's in her in that place that she wants to run for. Who should they vote for? Who?
AIPAC has subsets. AIPAC has a sister organization that gave Jasmine Crockett 25 grand. Jasmine Crockett and James Tallarico are lying to you.
Okay, so who tells us the truth? If those are two liars, what's the solution? Okay, if we can't vote for Jasmine and the other men, when they do this, we can't vote for them two, what the fuck are we supposed to do? I'm just wondering.
And the only reason that many of you don't know is because you don't know what you don't know.
But if you know what we don't know, why don't you go with your knowledge and do the job that you say they can't do?
They are lying to you. They are supporting Israel. And for some reason, people seem to think that AIPAC and AIPAC money is the only issue that they should have with a politician. Hey, that.
And again, I don't know nothing of what she's talking about. Okay? I don't know nothing. You know, I don't know nothing. So again, Amanda, look, when she is, and I won't say only when I agree with her opinion that I think she's worthy of giving it. What I will say is when she's not being in opposition to someone on our side of things, okay, who is trying to get somewhere. When you're not in opposition to them, I'm cool with you. But I'm like, I still feel some kind of way because of how she went at Kamala during the election. I feel like there is no 100% right side of things. Everybody will have some kind of flaw. Everyone will have something that everyone won't be able to agree on. But when you actively go against somebody who is just better than what's there fucking shit up, you are the ops. You are the ops. And there is a time where saying, hey, they're lying too shouldn't matter, because not because lies don't matter, but because whoever's, again, anybody is better than what's in the White House now, even a damn blind monkey. Okay. So you can't be so stuck on, I'm not going to vote for her because she's black, because she's lying too. Yeah, but about what? And how much does it matter? So, man, I just need you to stop. You know, sometimes take your foot off the brake, okay? I want to get to Dawn, and then they came, just took the phone off. So, you know, I want them to let, I had to put To me, Dawn and Aubrey are two members of Dandy Kane that are the most recognizable with their names and whatnot. So I put them on my thumbnail because again, we know that Dandy Kane, the group well, I guess it's a reunion, but it's with it's with Aubrey and Andrea. And Dawn put out, she actually put this on her own page right here. Okay. But y'all look, hold on. Listen real fast. So Dawn put out, even without being told about the reunion, I will always be a yes to Dandy Kane. That chapter lives in me forever. I always choose to perform these records out of love for the music, the memories, and the legacy we built together. So here is a little something for the DK fans. I love you always, okay? And so the video clips of Danny Kane, of their current reunion, okay, it's a bit different. Okay, so Dawn putting up her performance of one of her songs. Showing that when she does shows, she also performs their songs. This is no tea or shade. Dawn is that group. Dawn's voice is so uniquely talented and it's just needed. And I feel like, and it's gonna sound shady, I feel like the reason the tour is getting off to a rocky start is because the notion of them going on to without telling Dawn is like something you can't play dirty. You know, you can't play dirty. And even seeing people feel as if, oh, well, Dawn, was the one who chose Diddy. I don't think anyone chose Diddy. I feel like the same way we now understand that Diddy had a hold of people in certain ways, I don't think Dawn okay, I'm gonna say fuck the group. I think, they were all young artists and she went where she could be creatively an artist. And Diddy took advantage of all of them in certain ways over the years. All of them. So I don't think the notion that, they think Dawn chose Diddy's side. And I'm like, no, I think they just chose to not include her for whatever the reason may be. Again, she said her own mouth, I was not told about a reunion. I don't think any reunion should have been playing without Dawn being invited. Because even just with their stage presence, the performance piece of it all, she's just, I don't want to be a hater, y'all. I don't want to be a hater. But she's just better. And I'm just about to find a video of them performing recently. Is better. And it feels like what they're doing now is like, is a little bit amateurish. Even the fact that, on their second show, Aubrey got sick and couldn't make it. You know what I'm saying? They're doing the best they can with what I'm doing the best I can what I got. They're doing the best they can, but I still feel like it would have. I get that Shannon could not come back because of whatever's going on, but I'm like, the fact that there was no conversation with Dawn to me was a mistake because Aubrey is lip syncing. I don't like I don't like whoever did Andrea's outfit. And it's just, you know what I'm saying? You know, and it's not a horrible, it is only their first couple shows, but I just feel like y'all should have asked Dawn. You know, y'all should have said, hey, do you want to? If you don't want to, cool. But this is a plan that we're thinking about. If you don't want to, fine. But the fact that Dawn said out her own mouth, you know, without being told about the reunion, I'm still, you know, a part of the group, and that's what it is. So I don't like the fact that they have ruined their brand a bit in this reunion. That when you look at Dawn's stage presence and how Dawn performed the songs, you know what I'm saying? It's just it's a bit more polished to it. You know what I'm saying? And to me, they could have did great with the four of them. Now, I don't know if there's a beef between whoever. I don't know. Because some folks, well, you know, Dawn and D Woods, I don't know. But I would never want to come back and not be ready. You know what I'm saying? And not be, because Dawn is a beast at performing. And I think it's because over all of the years, even if she wasn't a mainstream artist, Dawn has been performing and creating since then. Whereas Andrea has not been, I don't think, I don't even think Aubrey performs in general. You know, I know D Woods have been doing some plays and anything, but I feel like it was a mistake to not ask Dawn to participate. And if she would have said no, that's fine. She said no. And so they had to keep, because I'm not saying that she doesn't want to do it. They can't. However, girl. Okay. So yeah, I want them to fix whatever is going on. Because no one wants the group to look like they're grasping at straws. And that's what the first couple of shows have looked like. And that's not good. Anyway, next up, what I want to do next? Child, is so much stuff I want to get into. I'm ready to this. Oh, we'll wait for Cardi. Oh, okay, I'm being petty. So I was scrolling social media, right? Minding my business. Okay. And I'm like, why she look for, I'm like, who is she? I'm like, oh, this Portia girlfriend. Okay. I said, oh, okay, she posting. And I then said, oh, wasn't Portia and her together for like Thanksgiving? And she, oh, it's my girlfriend, whatever. And I said, oh, I wonder will Portia be around here with her celebrating her mom's birthday. And I said, oh, Portia not around here. So I said, okay, let me go to her page. I was messy. Okay. And I went to Sway the Pros page. And again, first, happy birthday to her mama. And when I went to her page, I said, oh, like there's no, I just feel like Portia's on this, I'm a lesbian now. And this is my girlfriend. Okay. Portia doing interviews and stuff, you know, we together, I'm enjoying her and blah, blah. And I said, let me just scroll down her page. I'm like, did she have Portia posted anywhere? You know, is there any mention of Portia? Portia. Oh, Portia. I said, oh, it's not. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, maybe her page is strictly her. Okay, I'm a business individual. Let me see what you go by. Hold on. Is there any? I'm trying to see if there's any pronouns up here. Okay, no. So she. I'm gonna say she. I said maybe her page is strictly about her brand, her, just her. Okay, it ain't about her Portia. And I said, oh, because now look, I can see Portia page. The other way. What you let me see, because I can see this to get you gotcha. Because even though, okay, that she got me blocked on the I of the G, Okay, I can still see Portia. Portia. I can still see Portia on TikTok. Okay, she ain't black here, bitch. And I said, okay, now where's the video? Again, this her over sound child. Oh Lord Jesus. So again, Portia, you know what I'm saying? We posting her and old girl. So again, Portia showing, oh yeah, girl, hey friend. Hey girl, hey, you know what I'm saying? So again, Portia at least had, because this is also on Portia's IG page. Okay. So I said Portia is showing her and that lady. Okay, it's me and her and me together, and we is company. So Portia be showing her and that lady around here. But I said, oh, but that lady, you know what I'm saying, don't have Portia on her page. So I said, oh, is it? And I'm not saying it's not a real thing. And then I went back and I said, oh, she had a birthday, right? Where is it? Where is it? Do I have to pay? Where is it? I have to pay it up here. Because at her birthday, right here, at her birthday, you know, a night to remember. Okay, a few of many amazing people that celebrated with us. There were hundreds of photos again, and I felt like if that's your girlfriend, okay, y'all look, if we are dating, you know, and we have, and you and one of us have a party, there should be at least one photograph of us together. Listen, that's my opinion. Okay. You know, her mama, her twin sister. I think that's her twin sister. I think that's a twin. No, it's not. This is her mom, her twin sister. Okay. So the pictures, I'm scrolling. Okay. The young and Melee girl. Okay. Somebody else who I don't know. Two people I don't know. Okay. More people I don't know. You know, a lot of people. I'm just scrolling because they're showing you. Oh, look, you know, there were hundreds of people. I could only post 20. Okay, if I can only post 20 pictures, okay, it's all the people. They love us. Okay, they love us. You know, smiles and smiles and smiles, black outfits. Okay, titties. You know, covered up with nipples, whatever. The things out here, okay, the things we see. I only got 20 pictures. Okay, only 20. And me and the Ledrian from All the Queen's Men, okay, the stud lady, okay, these people, and then Portia, her sister, a lady nipples, and some other lady. Okay, and then a part of me felt like, okay, yes, she included at least one picture of Portia. Cool. But I was like, I mean, wouldn't it be what? Did y'all not take no picture? Because if you my girl, I don't. So part of me felt like poor Portia. Is it a scheme? Okay. Now again, she don't have to have Portia in the stuff of her mama. It's her mama's birthday. Okay, fine. But I said, so there's a part of me felt like Portia making up shit. Okay, Portia is not the girl. They not click clacking for real. And that's my petty post. So y'all, we'll see if Portia and her girlfriend will last more time. All right, do this. Let me scroll. Oh, T.I. So petty post. So you know, T.I. was caught slipping. Okay, child. I don't know if T.I. realized that his whole top is missing. Okay, T.I. used to, you know, have a little fade and whatnot. T.I. then grew his hair out. You know, he now has locks. But T.I., it looked like the whole middle of your head is bald. Okay? And it feel like you wear them bucket hats to cover up the bald spot. Okay? And I feel like anytime the whole middle is missing. You can't be Fred Saffron around because Fred ain't had no middle. Okay, Fred ain't had not net middle of his head. And I'm a firm believer when the middle is gone, let it all go. Okay, men, y'all look fine bald. Okay, just let it go, let it go. You can't hold it no more. And truthfully, the reason the middle is probably so bald is because it's the heaviness of the locks. You sometimes can't do that around there, okay? Because you blow them, you blow it out. It's gone. It ain't there no more, okay? And when you probably ain't wrapping it up at night, okay, and stuff. And I know that when we get our hair braided or when we get our hair twisted, you do see more scalp usually, but sir, you're bald in the middle. Okay. You are bald in the middle. Okay. It don't matter if the outs here is long, it's gone in the middle. And when you have to consistently wear a hat, okay, then okay. Now whoever recorded this of him, ooh, child, you mean and you shady. Because somebody say, oh, wait, T.I. Ball, let me record it, let me post it. You can't be a fan. Okay. So sometimes you have to know when to let go of the locks. Okay. Mainly let go before it pull all your hair out and make you be bald in the middle. Okay. I don't make the rules, Tip. I don't make the rules. Okay. I don't make them. However, he is hat fishing. Okay. He is hat, and because he's probably short, he's probably always with a hat so that taller people can't see the middle missing. Okay. So once you bald right in the middle, and it's probably because you're pulling your hair too tight, the locks are probably heavy, your scalp ain't strong. Okay, you got a weak scalp. Okay, weak follicles. Okay, and you done pull your thoughts so tight that it's baldness in the middle. Where in the middle? Okay, just let it go. I don't make the rules, I follow them. And I know a lot of folks that say until most men I know, and I know a few, have said once I start going bald, I'm going to go bald. Because you don't want the bald spot. You don't want the bald spot. But when I see people with bald spots because of heavy locks or heavy braids or heavy weaves or whatever the reason may be, okay? Stop. Matter of fact, cut it all off, start over, start from scratch, okay? Build up your scalp strength. Solid as a rock. Okay, because anything else would be just uncivilized. Okay, what are we supposed to do? Okay, when we see that T.I. around here bald as a JayBird in the middle. Why we want that? We don't want that, T.I. We don't want that. Or keep your hat on at all times. Okay, we can't have it both ways. But my suggestion would be let your locks be free. Be free. Let them be loose. And then your scalp can get stronger and build up a tolerance, okay, for the heaviness of the locks, dreads, okay, and then starts all over. Anyway. I'm petty, and I'm a T.I. fan. Okay, so again, I'm just saying this here looks like he should start over, or maybe he should put, who said boys? You said that was a bad hair product. It's possible. It's possible. Billy, I don't know. They should just put up a scalp strength. Again, a lot of folk want to grow their locks out, and some people have stronger, some people have stronger hair. Why is somebody selling face? What are you, sir? Hold on. Because we are not. Look. Don't come around here trying to sell. What the fuck? If I see, I put them on. Hold on. If I was gonna tag you. No, I'm not gonna tag you. I'm gonna block you. Okay. You can't come up in here offering faces and seats, sir. The fuck? Not porn. Anyway. But yeah, T.I., get it together. Anyway, we want to say happy birthday to Nene Lanithia Leaks. Okay. She turned out. Hey Siri. How old is Nene Leaks? Nene's 58. I didn't know she was 58. Nene turned 58. Well, yesterday. Her birthday was yesterday. I'm like, what's going on here? Okay, this is not an After Dark show right now. Maybe later on. Anyway, but happy 58th birthday to Nene Lanithia Leaks. Okay, look. I promise y'all, the other day I said to myself, when I see Nene's posts, Nene just takes pictures and that's it. I don't know what else she does. That's it. Okay. But happy 58th to Nene. Okay. She's out here in feathers and sheerness of an outfit. Okay. With a blonde wig and a filter face and whatnot. Pinched nose and all. And then I said, okay, Nene, that's fine. And then they said as well that Nene is returning to Housewives. Not Housewives of Atlanta, okay? But Housewives, ultimate road trip, ultimate girl trip. Now again, Nene left. Did she leave? Nene was fired, left, all of that together. She's been gone. She's been gone from Housewives since season 12, 13. It's been some years now. But because Bravo is having this, this road trip show with allegedly some of the other housewives, they say Nene is in negotiation to return to Bravo. Now, I think this is fine because again, I still feel like Nene should not go back to Housewives of Atlanta. I think she's outgrown that. I think Vicky just is being brought back for season 20 of OC. I think Kyle needs to leave Beverly Hills. Okay, I think anyone who was on since the first seasons, go sit the fuck down or try something new. So Nene allegedly being on the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, it would make sense. Okay, it's not the regular Housewives show. They probably won't address what she said, her suing Bravo. It would be like a housewife trip of them riding around or whatever. It's supposed to be, they're saying Nene, Giselle. Why Giselle be on every spinoff? What else she be doing? They say Monique is in talks to be on it as well. And again, Nene. Now, the fact that I went and child, any minds that are in here, any comments from anybody about sitting on faces, just go ahead and you just go block them. Okay. Okay. Because we don't have time for that bull stuff. Anyway, I don't think Nene should go back to Housewives of Atlanta. She has something else to do. Yeah, and I think Nene being on the girls trip, you know, might be something new for one, that then pushes her to do something else for two. It will also put her out of her element. It will also be other OGs on it. So Nene can't play Queen Bee because each woman would be a Queen Bee in their own right for their own franchise. So I mean, I barely watched the girl trip that was on Peacock. So I feel like it would really depend on. It would depend on who's on it. If it's Nene and Giselle and Monique, they should really put Candace and Monique just for fun. But it would depend on who they have on the show and what it's really for. You know, but even to me, I think Nene even wanting to be back on Bravo is weird. Because I don't want to go back somewhere where I felt like I wasn't treated fairly. Who have moved on without me. You know, I also feel like Nene of yesteryear is not the same Nene today. So, I mean, we shall see. But yeah, I think Nene coming back to Housewives in this capacity could be hopefully a stepping stone for her not trying to get back on the Housewives of Atlanta. I think that ship has sailed, has sank, and is in the bottom of the ocean. Okay? But we shall see. Cardi B said, hold on, bitch ass. So yeah, my title said Cardi B Clapback. When Cardi announced her pregnancy after dropping her album and after saying her tour will start in February of 2026, folk was like, oh my God, she not gonna be ready. You know, who goes on tour after having a baby? She won't be in shape. It's gonna be bullshit and blah 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 blah. It was a lot of haters talking cash money shit about Cardi when she announced the pregnancy tour. Cardi's over in Abu Dhabi, and she not no, maybe she's in Saudi Arabia. She's over there. She over there. Okay, and Cardi had this say to y'all.
We in Saudi Arabia, baby. I told you.
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I told you after I give birth, I'm gonna be getting ready for the Little Miss Drama Tour. It is 2 months away. Everybody keep asking me, Cardi, how did you lose all that weight after the baby? Like, what did you do? You look great.
Cardi barefoot on the bike. It's just funny.
I tell you how I did it. Stress. It is Christmas. It is Kwanzaa. It's Hanukkah. Get your kids the tickets now. Because in January, don't be hitting me up like, Cardi, there's no tickets left. There's no tickets. I don't have it. I don't got no more tickets. I don't got no more. I don't even have money. I don't got nothing but this tour to give y'all. Okay? Mashallah. Mashallah.
Girl, look, I don't know how anyone could not like Cardi is hilarious. Okay. This her girl.
We in Saudi Arabia, baby. I told ya after I give birth, I'm getting ready for the Little Miss Drama Tour. It is 2 months away. Everybody keep asking me, Cardi, how did you lose all that weight after the baby? Like, what did you do? You look great. I tell you how I did it. Stress. It is Christmas. It is Kwanzaa. It is Hanukkah. Get your kids the tickets now. Because in January, don't be hitting me up like, Cardi, there's no tickets left. There's no tickets. I don't have it. I don't got no more tickets. I don't got no more. I don't got money. I don't got nothing but this tour to give y'all. Okay? Mashallah. Mashallah.
It's the fact that she did this in the outfit she's in, okay? And she, girl, I feel like her tour is gonna sell out. I do. I feel like even if she's showing folks, I'm working. Okay, I'm working out. I'm practicing. I have a show in Saudi Arabia. Okay, I'm gonna watch the tour from TikTok. Okay, I will see it from TikTok. But again, Cardi said, forget all y'all. Okay, y'all had hate on me. I am in the gym. I am in the lab. Okay, leave me, bitch. Okay, but again, this is the perfect way to clap back at your haters, because guess what? I am doing the things. I am doing it all. Lizzo. So Lizzo, look, Lizzo had that whole actual harassment thing going on with her dancers. The dancers are now asking the courts of appeals to not allow certain parts of their case to not be heard or whatever. I'm gonna read what the damn brands. Okay, so Lizzo from Backup Dancers are asking the Court of Appeals to let their sexual harassment lawsuits move forward, pushing back against the superstar's argument that certain alleged conduct should be protected as free speech. So when she took them to that nude place, okay, and allegedly had them eat bananas from, the genital area, okay, they were at a sex show. They feel like that should not be under creative expression. I still feel like there's a fine line between being a professional, having fun with your friends, your coworkers, and being the boss doing shit. And I think Lizzo's mistake was assuming her employees, her dancers were just as fun-loving and free-spirited as she is, and she encouraged them to participate in something that she thought was fun, that she was doing, that they did not like, and now they are suing her, and them not wanting, because the case is going to the courts, but they were saying some of the allegations in it can be put up under creative expression, saying, hey, asking someone to eat a banana from somebody else's private area is them expressing their self, and I'm like, Lizzo, do you want to pay them people? How much they want? Like, is it cheaper to pay them to go away and then just never cross those lines again? Or is it worth it to fight it out in court and, try to win? Because this has been going on since 2024, which is almost 2 years at this point in time. But I still feel like, again, that's why you have to be careful with how you play for fun and how you play for real, because you don't want anyone feeling like, oh, well, they came after me. She invited me to the club and she put dick in my mouth. I'm like, what? No, who put dick in your mouth? You know what I'm saying? So Lizzo, just pay them people and move on. Okay. Where's Nicki Minaj? Nicki Minaj. I'm gonna refresh. Just lastly is Nicki Minaj. Now I told y'all before that Nicki Minaj is a troll. Okay. She trolls today. tomorrow and ever. Now, Nicki was not. Nicki is not a political person, in my opinion. Okay. I don't know why she is now all of a sudden, going so hard at politics. I don't know who's paying Nicki. I don't know if I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't know who is convincing her this is the way to go to get her husband off papers. I don't know. Okay. But Nicki posted, because I had ignored when she posted about Gavin Newsom the other day. And what Gavin is a cute boy who got everything handed to him because of how cute and sexy and hot and smoking he was. Oh, look at him. Sitting there in that suit with the sneakers on, he thinks he's Tom Cruise. Only difference is his next mission is impossible. He should get another leading role. So again, I'm like, girl, what are you talking about? Okay, imagine being the guy running on wanting to see trans kids. Not even trans adults will run on that. Normal adults wake up and think they want to see healthy, safe, happy kids. Nah, Gav, the Gav nots, Gav out, send in the next on board. I'm like, what is she talking about? Huh? So Governor Gavin posted this video, okay, playing Megan's song Hiss. And, which I'm just not that man in a walker. But again, Gavin posted this, with some of the him and that man. And he again, Meg's song, Megan. Trust me, these hoes don't be mad at Megan. These hoes mad at Megan's law. I said, you know what? If you want to clap back at Nicki Minaj, yes, please put up a song from one of her rivals. Okay. So after he responded in this kind of way, because again, his point is Nicki is out here doing the work of Code 45. Okay. So let me just put up some things in response. I ain't gonna say much, but I'm gonna say much. Okay. Nicki then said career politician at the brink of his moment, realized to become nothing more than Nicki Minaj and then a Nicki Minaj anti. So now he's the guy running on wanting to see trans kids and wanting to lower himself to becoming just another female rapper to get obliterated by Nicki Minaj. I hate Gavin's new salt and pepper shake lace front. Rip it off. Okay. Again, she's making all these posts. I'm like, why is Nicki Minaj beefing with a politician? I don't even understand how that could happen. She then she's fixated on him and trans kids. Okay. Gruesome, fire victims, Hollywood, swatting calls to home with innocent children. Gavin wants one thing, trans kids, Newsom. Again, I just feel like sometimes we have to give Nicki the idiocracy that she deserves. Because I'm like, girl, why? If you're a Cardi fan, if you are a Nicki fan, if you are a Meg fan, only one out of the three is on some bullshit. Okay? So give her the energy she needs. Ignore her. Okay? Ignore that lady. Okay? Anyway, y'all, guess what? I am done. Okay? 2 hours done. Okay? Good thumbnail done and whatnot. I hope y'all all had a great time as I did. Okay? I will have my Love and Marriage Huntsville review up tomorrow morning. I still have to review Bel Air and All's Fair. I have to re-record it actually. I hope to have it by Monday. If I hold it on Monday. Y'all make sure to like the video, okay, and subscribe, okay, and comment in the comment section, okay. Go look at the other videos around here that I have up on my channel until later on. I don't know. I may go live. No, I'm not gonna be live tomorrow. But we'll live on Monday. So again, I had a good time. We did 2 hours and 20 minutes. I am tired and thirsty. I have to go, but I love you all. Be good, be safe, stay warm. Bye.